guys, welcome to another episode of Tea from the Galaxy, a thirst-quenching podcast for the girls, gays, days, and astrology baes, where we talk about anything and everything through an astrological lens. So today, I'm so excited about this episode. I'm so excited, I didn't even finish wallpapering my wall. If you're watching the video version of this, do not mind my half-naked wall. That is a different story for a different day. But today, I have such a beautiful guest, Marita from Netflix's Ultimatum, Queer Love, came on my podcast and we spilled all the astrological tea about what is going on in her birth chart, things that are coming up for her. She spilled some tea about things that went down on the show. We spilled some tea about her astrological compatibility with her ex-girlfriend and other people on the show. So it was just a really good episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode just as much as I enjoyed filming it. I'm very grateful and thankful that Marita took her time out of the day to meet me on this podcast, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So let's just get it started. I'm so excited to have Marita from the Ultimatum Queer Love on here. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm really looking forward to looking into my chart and talking about, my Pisces delusion and the love that I feel from literally everybody that walks this planet. So let's get to it.
Yes, I'm so excited because we're talking about two of my favorite topics, queer love and astrology, and then mixing it together. I love that you were on a show that just shows representation for the LGBTQ community, specifically queer women. And that is kind of what I am trying to shine a light on as well. But what I do is through a little bit of an astrological lens, because there is a community of that within itself. And a lot of the gays love astrology. What is your knowledge on astrology? Have you ever gotten a reading done before? Do you know what your big three is? Have you ever gone on a date with a girl that asked what your big three is?
All of the above. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very spiritual and I feel like I'm very in touch with manifestation, and I believe that everything happens for a reason. And they say Pisces is the last life that you go through.
Mm-hmm.
And
Old
I
soul.
feel that, yeah, I feel that wholeheartedly because I don't know. It's just this life that I'm living right now just feels so aligned with exactly who I am and what I see myself as.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that I've dreamt of ever since I was a little girl is coming true. And I'm that's crazy. It's just, I feel it. And I trust my angels. I trust the universe. That's where I'm at.
I
it's
love that.
exciting. And I talk to the moon, as weird as that sounds.
Me
we
too,
love
me
the
too.
moon.
I love the moon. I'm a Cancer. Oh my God, you're a Cancer rising. I don't know. Do you know your rising sign? I looked up your chart. You're Cancer rising.
I am. Yeah.
So ruled by the moon. Yeah. Talk to the moon.
I do. And she was so big the other day.
Yes.
I was driving to L Word Trivia and I was driving down Hollywood Boulevard and the moon was huge. And I was just screaming in my car by myself at the moon. Oh my God, this is huge. So yeah.
So that was actually one of, it sounds woo-woo, but perfect thing to do because it was just a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces the other day. So that is a big time of releasing. It was important for you because you're a Pisces. So this eclipse cycle, the past year until the beginning of 2027, is going to be completely life-changing for you. You probably feel it. You probably see it already in all of the best ways because you have a Pisces sun, Virgo moon, and the eclipses are in Pisces, Virgo. You are getting shifts happening here and swiftly too. But all in alignment, all for alignment for your highest good. The full moon lunar eclipse is a time of releasing. So that is a thing that people do. People will look at the moon and they'll just scream because that's a form of releasing. They'll sing to the moon. They'll dance around the moon. It sounds woo-woo, but people have been doing this for thousands and thousands and thousands of years for a reason, a form of release. A lot of things shift very quickly. A lot of fated changes are happening. So that full moon that just passed was a time of laying things to rest. And now we're walking into a new moon. Literally a new cycle is starting. So ready for a new chapter to begin and walk into almost a different timeline in a way. So
I love that.
I'm so excited. Like, I can't wait to get into your chart because I took a look at your chart. I'm like, yes, like you're in alignment. You're meant to be in the limelight.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. I don't want to jump ahead.
No, I
But
love it. And like,
yeah.
it's crazy because I literally just dropped everything in St. Pete. Like I dropped my entire life and I was like, I'm moving to LA. Like I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna make this happen. Because ever since I was a little girl, I was like, I know like my highest power is meant to like influence people in a positive, happy way, whether that's through music, whether that's through love. Like I'm just figuring it out as I go. I'm
Following
excited.
that gut feeling. Like, I'm so glad that you're following that gut calling. And when you told me that you were in the middle of a move, and me being the astrologer that I am, I'm like, oh, eclipse season. Like, any big changes that are happening during eclipse season are fated. Like, I tell people, I'm like, during eclipses, I say let go and flow. It's the best time to surrender, see what comes into your life, say goodbye to whatever's leaving your life. But the big changes that are happening, especially in the midst of eclipse season, which is this month, next, a little bit of next month too, faded. I believe that this move was definitely meant for you, for your higher alignment. Yeah. So I'm really excited, but first things first. So we'll get into a couple questions I like asking everyone who comes on to the podcast, and you can answer all of them, none of them, whatever you feel comfortable with. But it's just a couple questions, so whoever's listening can get a little bit of a deeper understanding of who you are. So those questions are your age, your pronouns, your sexual identity, and then your big three, even though I said your big three already, but.
Okay. So I'm 27. I go by she, her. I'm a lesbian. And my big three, yes.
Yes. Yes, baby.
Yes, ma'am. My big three are Pisces sun, Cancer rising, Virgo moon.
Yes. Okay. There we go. I say for the girls, gays, theys, and astrology baes, that's who this podcast is for.
Cute.
So I'm like, just to get like a deeper understanding of who you are.
You have a merch line? Because I love that like line that you just
I
said.
don't, but I should create a little something, right?
I would wear that on a shirt like everywhere.
I'm gonna write that down. Little t-shirts, sweatshirts. You found me based on from a TikTok that I posted right after the reunion aired. And it was the one where I broke down your compatibility with you and AJ, right?
I think so. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because I broke down a little bit of your compatibility, the beginning episodes. And I was like, "Ugh," I just saw Marita was being her Pisces delusional self, and you commented, you were like, yes, my Pisces delulu girly. And a lot of people can think that the word delusional is used in a negative way. It can if you're always seeing the good in people to the point that it's dangerous. But Pisces, I say, are master manifestors because they have a little bit of this delusional energy within them. And that is a believing of good, a believing of worthiness and what they deserve, and a believing of creating everything that they desire. Because manifestation at the end of the day is a little delusional. Like, you have to believe that you already have what you're trying to bring into your life. So absolutely. It's a little delusional when you think about it, because it's like, if you want to be a certain person, you have to already live like that person. Even if you're not in the future already, you kind of have to mix the timelines. You have to be delusional. And with Pisces, it's easier for them to do that, to be that. And even everything that you said at the beginning of this podcast, with you just following your soul's calling in your gut and everything that you feel within you, like, that is using the most positive aspects of Pisces into creating and walking into your dream life, which I think is so beautiful and magical. But yeah, I'm so glad that you found that TikTok. I don't know if you saw the other TikTok that I did post. I posted 4 TikToks, I think, of the compatibility. and two of them were with you. I'm not sure if you saw the one with Ashley. But the one with Ashley, I said that your compatibility was the most T out of all the compatibilities. And that is because I felt like you guys were each other's twin flame. And a lot of people have a different interpretation of twin flames, but for me, a twin flame is someone who you feel this spark with, this magnetic connection with, this undeniable just attraction, almost like you know they were meant to walk into your life and change it. And sometimes twin flames are meant to stay in your life, but a lot of the times twin flames are meant to walk into your life so it goes in a completely different direction. It brings a mirror to you. And I think that's exactly what your relationship with Ashley was. I think it was one big mirror, especially looking at it astrologically too. And I think even just, I don't know even much about the details of your relationship, but just knowing that you guys went on this show, aren't together anymore, and now your life is going in a completely different direction that is in more alignment with your higher calling, was another point that I was like, oh, this was definitely a twin flame person in your life.
Wow, that is so interesting.
Yeah.
True. Like I
Very.
remember when I came across Ashley on like the dating app, like we met on Bumble. I
Mhm.
just remember being like, this person is going to change my life. And
Yes.
I even went to my friend and I was like, I'm not letting this one slip away. And like, that's why I chased her for like 10 months before she actually decided to be with me. Cause
Yeah.
I was, there's no way that like I'm not gonna pursue whatever this is just by looking at the image on my phone, which was kind of crazy. Maybe that's delusional, but I
Yeah.
was like, person is definitely supposed to be in my life in some sort of way.
For
And
sure. That
it
connection, that like, it's literally like a magnetic connection. Once you meet each other, it's like, I'm not letting you go until it either transforms and transmutes or it crashes and burns. And a lot of the times it crashes and burns. But the crash and burns leads you into like an explosion of almost like a fire underneath you, throwing you into just finding yourself and more alignment, like what I said. Like I definitely relate to that as well. And I related to your relationship with Ashley very heavily to a relationship that I was in a couple years ago. And when I looked at your astrology, it was the compatibility. It was similar to me and my exes too. And I was like, this is crazy. And there's a reason that I related to you so heavy. But with your compatibility, when I looked at your charts, God bless this person there's a person on Instagram. Oh my God, I wish I could give her a shout out right now. But even like when the show aired, she got all of your birthdays and she like put your charts up basically.
oh, Deb
So I don't
for,
know if
for, for astrology.
maybe, yes, I think so.
Yeah. I just went live with her last week. Yeah.
I think yes. And God bless them because when they posted like everyone's placements, I was like, do. All right, let's look at the synastry and the compatibility. Almost all of your placements are opposite each other. Opposition in compatibility reading is an harsh aspect. It is always needing to find the balance. It's like imagine that you're on like a seesaw and you're constantly going like this. You're very
Yeah.
much alike, you're on the same plane, and that causes attraction because you're very much alike in a lot of foundational ways, but equally very much different. And in order to make a relationship work with a lot of oppositions, you need their constant communication, and constant flexibility and adaptability, or else it's just going to lead to both parties feeling extremely misunderstood the whole time. So you're a Pisces sun, Ashley's a Virgo sun, opposite. You have a Virgo moon, Ashley has a Gemini moon. This creates a aspect in astrology that's called a square. That's a tense aspect. So a tense aspect between your moon signs, like your love languages don't align and what you need emotionally doesn't align. It's almost like you guys don't understand how to emotionally be there for each other or just correctly deal with each other's emotions. A blockage there, I should say. You have an Aries Mercury. So your Mercury sign is how you communicate, how you absorb information, how you like to just interact and network. Yours is in Aries, Ashley's is in Virgo. There's no like relationship there. Like yours is in fire, hers is in earth. Just doesn't flow. There's no
Yeah.
like relationship. Your Venus sign, so how you love and what you value in relationships and what you're attracted to is in Aquarius. Ashley's is in Leo, opposite. Your Mars is in Aries. Ashley's is in Libra, opposite. So as you can see, there's so many oppositions. There's I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 oppositions within your compatibility. And
Whoa.
to me, I was like twin flame, like ultimate mirror to your face. This mirror, a lot of the time, shows you your deepest fears, things that you have to confront. It's not easy. I related to you because she was your best friend. She was your person. That's why you hung on to it for so long. Even if everyone else around you didn't understand the relationship that you were in, you were like, she's my best friend. She understands me like no other. Like you feel comfortable with her, it just clicks. So I think that is a big reason that you were holding onto the relationship for so long. You were like trying to see it through, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I just felt connected to her and like I loved her. Like I
Mm-hmm.
really did. And I loved her family and I just wanted to feel more like it felt like I was in a friendship or like a roommate situation. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
feeling romance, but then again since I was in this relationship, I wasn't able to feel romance from anyone else either because I'm a loyal person.
Yeah.
So it just felt like I was in this empty, stuck place because like I loved her and I knew that she loved me, but I wasn't getting the feeling of love. Like it's a different type of love that
Yeah.
I felt with Ashley than like I want to experience in this life. And like
Yeah.
by going on the ultimatum, it was like a decision of like, am I going to let this type of love be the love that I have for the rest of my life? Or am I going to allow myself to set myself free from this type of love so that I can experience the great love that I know that I'm destined for?
Yeah. And follow that feeling. Like that gut feeling that like even if it's not in front of you, but you have this gut feeling of my soulmate is going to be this type of love that is out of this world. Never
Yeah,
settle for anything less than that. So I'm so glad that you followed that gut feeling within you because
yeah,
there's a reason that you feel it. It's almost like um your future self is guiding you in the present day and is like
right.
this is where you're meant to go, so don't settle for less. It's like you're being pulled by your future self, you know?
And that's what kind of pisses me off about like her point of like the wandering eyes. And everybody's like, "Oh, but like Marita has wandering eyes." It wasn't that I had wandering eyes, it was just a longing for that great love
Yes.
I knew was somewhere to be found. And it clearly wasn't with her. But
Mhm.
it wasn't like I was looking at other women curious about like what that would look like for me. It was like I knew that Ashley wasn't giving me the type of love that I knew I deserved. So
Mhm.
I had thoughts about like a greater love around the corner, but that didn't mean I was like actively seeking other people because I loved her. Like I was loyal to her. I
Yeah.
never cheated on her. But it was like I also knew that like she wasn't my person.
Mhm. Yeah. And sometimes
That
it
was a
takes a
hard pill
long
to swallow.
time.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to come to terms with a head versus heart mentality. I definitely relate to you 100%. Been there. You are a full moon baby. So that means that you were born under a full moon. You have a Pisces sun and a Virgo moon, full moon baby. I'm also a full moon baby as well. Um, we are constantly in a state of head versus heart, constantly in a state of trying to make sense of our feelings, trying to keep a balance in our lives, balance our emotions. We're either too emotional or not enough. We're too much or not enough. They're just constantly like needing to find a balance in our life. We can also attract crazy things, like crazy situations. Like when you think of a full moon and people are like, is it a full moon? People are acting crazy. We were born under that energy. So just imagine like, that is the energy of her life. And it can be crazy good or crazy bad. That is your perspective. I just think it's everything that happens in our life is for the plot, like good or bad is for the plot. And when I write an autobiography later, it's going to be a juicy book because I'm a full moon baby. Like
I
those are the
love
types of
that.
experiences. Yes. So just keep that in mind, like if you feel misunderstood by people, it's because you're constantly trying to balance your conscious self and your subconscious self. That's truly what it is. Your conscious wants and your subconscious needs, and coming to a balance with that. Your conscious self and your subconscious self are at an odds. So it's hard. Like it's a little difficult. The older that we get, the easier that it is to kind of come to terms with it. But you
Yeah.
know, it was probably like difficult for that and like your childhood and teenage years, like just very confusing. One of my like things that I liked about your synastry and compatibility with Ashley was you guys had sun moon compatibility, meaning that your moon sign is in Virgo and Ashley's sun is in Virgo. So typically in a romantic or even friendship relationship, once you share the same moon sign as someone's sun sign or vice versa, it is just an automatic feeling of comfort. It is one of my favorite compatibility aspects. And it's just like this innate comfort, this innate understanding of an acceptance of a person. But like what you said, if there aren't other things that is making it romantic, that is making it, like a romantic relationship, it could stay dormant as a really good friendship or a really good person in your life. There needs to be other aspects that are working in favor of that aspect to make it a fulfilling relationship. But
Yeah.
I think that was like probably one of the best compatibility aspects in your relationship and probably one of the ones that kept it going for so long because that is one of my as an astrologer's point of view, one of my favorite aspects that for a long-term relationship. It could also just mean a long-term friendship. There needs to be other things on top of that to make it work romantically.
Yeah, right. That makes sense. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Like what I said with all those oppositions, just completely feeling misunderstood could be a big thing. So constantly needing communication. But also another thing, because it's interesting because when you were in your trial marriage with Brittany, you guys actually really liked your compatibility when I looked at your compatibility. I so are you guys still friends? Are you guys still in
Yeah,
contact?
yeah, we're very close.
Okay. Yes. Okay, good. Because I actually really liked your compatibility. But this is where free will comes into play when people ask me, like, oh, as an astrologer, do you believe in like free will or fate? I believe in a little bit of both. And with compatibility too, that's like it's like anything. On paper, someone can sound so good, but free will and chemistry is everything. So, even though on paper I'm like, oh, I really liked their compatibility, even though it didn't go in a romantic route. I'm glad that it went in a friendship route with Brittany. There was a lot that was good, but then there was also a lot of oppositions that's similar to you and Ashley. But the difference between this mirror opposition with Brittany was I feel like with Ashley, the mirror, and it was probably because she was your twin flame, was a mirror of a lot of your deepest fears and things that just needed to be confronted so you can completely go in a different route of life. But I think Brittany mirrored a lot of things that you learned about yourself, but in a good manner. Like she showed back to you things that you were like, that's what I need. That's what I like. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Like one scene that comes in my head was when she cooked you dinner.
She was
Active
bringing some daddy
service.
energy.
It was. I
Mhm.
loved Brittany. I was like,
Oh
okay,
my
like
god. Yeah.
yeah, she was it. And I love the energy that she brought and what she showed you, because she was like, you're not asking for a lot, and let me show you how easy it is for me to
And
give
even
this to you.
at the like the cocktail party, she was talking to Ashley about how like I'm not asking for literally anything crazy. Like
Yeah.
I'm asking for consideration, like for you to think of me in given moments. Like when Brittany opened the fork for me, like people are astonished at my reaction to this girl opening me a fork because
Yeah.
like and it's kind of like it goes hand in hand with somebody giving you flowers too. It's like they're thinking of you in that moment. They want to do something for you because they love you. They
Yeah.
want to like show you that they care. And
Yeah.
it's like Ashley didn't know how to do those types of things. And like if she did, it would be in her own way. And I think that's why like we clashed so much because like she
Yeah.
did things one way. She didn't think of romance as like the biggest thing. And it's like for me, I'm a hopeless romantic and like I kept doing the things that like, I would want from a partner to her, but it's like she even said in the show like she doesn't like flowers.
Mm,
But I'm like, but I'm thinking of you. It's not the actual flower. I know flowers die. Like, I get that. But it's like,
yeah.
I'm thinking of you. Or like when I'd be at the mall and I'd see a shirt that she would like, I would bring it home to her. Or like, things like that. It's just like, I
Was she
guess,
more of like an acts of service type of person? Like, is that how she would display her affections?
yeah, like, but that's the thing is like, I wouldn't care as much about like the daily activities that she would do,
Yeah.
which isn't like, of course, I'd appreciate it, but, like, to me, it didn't feel like love. It just felt like,
Mm,
okay, those things should be getting done, and, like, I would do them too.
yeah.
It's just like a daily life operation to me. It's not like,
A
"Oh,
big
took this off my plate."
misunderstanding.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I definitely see that in your charts. Like, I can definitely see the difference in the love languages
yeah,
and just not understanding each other, because with your compatibility, in order for it to work, like, I never, as an astrologer, I never look at a compatibility, I'm like, oh, this is doomed, free will is everything,
yeah,
but you guys have such a harsh compatibility that it would take a lot of compromise, a lot of communication, and I think at the end of the day, you know what you want. She wasn't moving and budging a little bit. Maybe she tried, and you probably tried too, but there's only so much you can try before you're completely disregarding yourself and your wants. So that's a thin line too, like between compromise and now I'm just completely changing what I need for you. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
So I think you, she was definitely meant to enter your life, and you were definitely meant to enter her life to show each other a lot and learn a lot. Ashley doesn't have any water in her chart. You have water in your chart. So something that I noticed too was you probably helped her be a little bit more emotional, bring her out of her shell, maybe be more in touch with her emotions. That is like a perk of someone who doesn't have water in their chart and dating someone who has water. Like, I always tell someone, if you don't have a certain element in your chart, you should look for a partner who has that element in their chart, because you need that balance.
yeah.
You literally, like, metaphorically, like, watered her. Like, she was lacking water. Just being in touch with emotions, it was probably hard for her to do that. That was probably a big blessing for her. You walking into her life and showing her a mirror of, listen, you need to like be more open, a little bit more emotional. And I think that was the blessing of you walking into her life, probably a lot more too. And then I think she showed you, I'm never settling. And then that spews into every other aspect of your life, because when you realize, oh, I'm not going to settle for a relationship, then you're like, I'm not going to settle for any type of job. I'm not going to settle in any type of way. It just sparks something in you. Like what I said, the twin flame crashes and burns, but it sparks like a completely new identity. And I really
Wow.
think that this relationship was meant to be. Although, we did see at the reunion, it did crash and burn a little bit. Been there, been there. I'm a water sign baby through and through. And I understood the emotions that you were feeling. I felt like you had just had to release them. So I completely understand like what happened at the reunion. I bet you probably like regret saying some things, but as someone who relates a lot to you, I'm like, I relate to where you were coming from in that moment. There was probably you were pushed to your limit. That's what it seemed like
Oh
from a
yeah.
viewer's point of view. I was like, oh, she was pushed. She's at a boiling point and she's boiling over.
Yeah, absolutely. And like it was the heat of that moment that like I couldn't take it anymore. I was like I was being pressed, I was being pushed, I was like being condensed into this like corner, and it's like something fucking awful happened to me. And like for someone to like poke at me and like keep going as if like that thing that happened to me was my fault, I was
Mhm.
like, you know what, absolutely not. I
Yeah.
am not responsible for Ashley's actions during my grandfather's death. So Marie was like trying to make it seem like I was bullying Ashley for what she did, and I'm like, you know what, I didn't ask her to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't. And like I have a right to talk about what happened to me.
Oh,
Like
100%.
it happened to me. I went through those emotions of the loss of my grandfather and losing my girlfriend of 5 years.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I went through all of that, and like it's hard to talk about it because like I don't talk about the hard things in my life. I try to just stay positive, be happy, let things like blow over, but I'm also like I've been through some dark, deep stuff,
Mhm.
and I think I just exploded that day. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it anymore. Like, I wasn't gonna let people keep talking over me and, like, run me over with the truck. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I didn't mean to, like, go into that pun, but, like, because the food truck and everything, but, like,
Uh,
I just like, I just that just kinda slipped out, but what I'm saying is, like, I'm tired of people, like, treating me as if, like, this is my fault.
Mhm.
It's not.
No, it's not, and you have a right to how you feel as well. I think sometimes people don't like when you have a voice. It's like people prefer when you're silent, especially when you could be known as a pushover sometimes. You have a lot of water and fire in your chart.
Yeah.
Like, literally, the best way I could describe it when you're being worked up is a pot of boiling water. Like, that is literally, like, how you emotionally felt. Your Mercury sign is how you communicate, and Aries is fiery, it's confident, it's impulsive, it's aggressive. So, you have a couple Aries placements, and I was like, you saw that pop. Like, you just saw that don't mess with someone who has an Aries Mercury because she will murder you with her words. Like, don't like mess with someone who has a fire Mercury, especially Aries, because they will spit truth to you and it's going to feel aggressive, but it's what you need to hear. Sometimes Aries Mercury people can struggle with, I say, foot and mouth syndrome. So sometimes you say things and then right after you're like, ooh, should I have said that?
Exactly, because like, I don't want hate or to spread negativity, like, that's not who I am. I'm very much a positive person.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I used to roll over in any given situation. I was the mediator in my family. I was like, I had so many people growing up and in high school just like take advantage of me and like continue to fuck me over. Maybe that's the twin flame lesson too, is like, I'm tired of people just like taking advantage of me. Like,
Yeah.
all I do is give and love and spread joy, essentially.
Yeah.
And like people keep fucking with me, and I feel like I've completely flipped a switch in the year of 2024, and I'm like, you know what, no more. And that's
Yeah.
why at the union I was like, I'm fed up, and I guess this is how we're gonna this is how we're gonna handle it. But
That's
like,
how I felt. That I felt that for you. Like I felt a sense of, oh, she's fed up.
yeah. And like
Yeah.
people are saying that I it was immature, and like I agree. I could have handled it. I could have breathed a little bit more. I could have used my words in a kinder connotation.
Hmm.
However, I do think it was valid for me in that moment to act that way.
Yeah.
Not like my words were hateful, and like I would never wish ill upon anyone's family, and like I loved Ashley's grandma, like we stayed with them a couple times, like
Mhm.
that wasn't towards anyone, or it wasn't even towards Ashley, it was towards the situation. I was like,
Yes.
you weren't there for me when my grandfather was dying. Why even bring up your grandmother right now? Also, the fact that that was even happening during the reunion is also crazy. Like, that's
Yeah.
the universe again being like, here's another token of something that relates to your life. And it's like, then it became the battle of the grandparents. And I'm like, what is happening? But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like, I couldn't just like roll over anymore. I was like, not, and also being accused of cheating on her 5 times, I was like, that's not true either.
So that's what I was gonna bring up. I was gonna say, do you think she just was moving off of a guilty conscience and was just throwing things at the wall and seeing what was gonna stick?
That's
And
exactly what happened.
yeah, you were like, I'm not gonna accept this. Like, I'm glad that you stuck up for yourself, honestly.
Yeah, and, like, after the reunion, we went back to my room and we talked because, like, we haven't seen each other or talked about this entire thing that happened since it happened, and, like,
Mm.
I asked her, I was like, "Ashley, why did you just scream on national television that I've cheated on you 5 times when you literally told me that you know I've never cheated on you?" And she said,
Yeah.
"I didn't know what else to say, like, I I panicked, and I was like,
That is not an acceptable reason to me. I'd be like, so you panicked, so you made me look bad on national television? Like
and
that,
continue to, like, dive into this narrative. I'm like, "Okay, where what?"
yeah, that's not right.
Yeah, and, like, I will say there is one situation that happened 4 years ago where, like, I was flirting with her best friend and, like, there was emotional cheating, and I admit to that. I talked about it on Wrong Sauce on Sunday, but that's all she has on me,
Mhm.
and so she continued like, we talked about how let's put this to rest. Like, let's stop fighting on social media. We look like children. Like, I don't want our lives to be public anymore. Or, I mean, I don't want I don't want this
Your
situation
business,
to
yeah,
follow us
yeah,
forever. But it's also like I stand in my power of like, I know the truth. I know like that I've never cheated. She also knows that. And
mhm.
it's became this crazy, ridiculous thing where it's like she wants to share text messages. And I'm like, okay, but text messages of me and her friend in the past, like 4 years ago, equating to like what actually just happened in November.
Have you guys spoken recently?
Yeah, so it was like when she posted something on her story and it was a letter being like, the truth is coming and the truth is coming loud. And then I
Mm,
just dropped everything. I unblocked her. I said, Ashley, can we stop being children on social media? And then we got on the phone for like a while and we like cried about everything that's happened because like you said, like we I guess we're twin flames. Like we get each other. There's
yeah,
sort of bond connection like between us that it's like
yeah, undeniable. It
yeah
doesn't just go away. Yeah,
exactly. And so like we talked it out. It was a really good conversation. We agreed to stop talking about this, which like I know I'm talking about it, but I'm trying to talk about it in like a more positive way
yeah.
than in the
This is
past
like a more reflective type of way.
yeah, like, I'm not talking about it in an angry connotation anymore because like,
Yeah,
that's not worth my energy.
yeah,
But, yeah, we talked about how, like, this should have been a private conversation. We both were not gonna bring this up at the reunion. That's why the boiling point and everything that happened at the reunion, it happened because I was being pushed by somebody else,
yeah.
and I didn't understand why, and, like, that it just turned into this crazy explosion
Yeah.
that, like, unfortunately is still following us, and it's like we just don't want to talk about it anymore. It was a private awful thing that happened.
Mhm.
That's it. Like,
Yeah.
people don't need to weigh in on like heartbreak like that, you know?
Yeah. No one is in your relationship but the two people that are in the relationship.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times people have all these outside opinions that they feel very strongly about. And it's like you're not walking in my shoes. So you can't possibly understand what is going down or even the connection that you felt
Yeah.
with the person that you were with. Don't lose the very compassionate, empathetic side of Pisces that you are to your core, but remember to incorporate boundaries, not letting the outside noise affect you, not letting people manipulate you and walk all over you, which seems like a lesson that you've learned like over the past couple years.
Yeah.
And just really standing, firm on your boundaries and what you believe and what you deserve has been a really big theme for Pisces placements since 2023. We can get into your chart. I want to show you your chart
Okay, let's do it.
because I am excited. This is your chart. You are a Pisces sun, Virgo moon, Cancer rising. Um, you have your planet of love, Venus is in Aquarius. Yeah, so what I was saying, like you have your Pisces right here, and
Yeah.
the past couple of years has been a theme of boundaries, learning boundaries and harsh lessons with that too. So this is Saturn right here, and it just re-entered Pisces. So, and it's going to be in Pisces for another 6 months, I believe. Still a continuation of, okay, the past couple years, I've learned to hold boundaries, put myself first, not letting people walk all over me. Saturn is coming back into Pisces to help you remember that. So Saturn might give you a little lesson like, okay, I've taught you this lesson the past couple years of being more just 10 toes down on business, like not letting people take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Saturn going above over your sun sign too. Your sun sign is your identity, your ego. Could also matured you a lot over the past couple years as well. Just brought like a sense of maturation, a lot of life lessons that could have felt serious, almost like a little gray cloud over your head. But the thing with Saturn is a very karmic planet. And with Saturn, with the harsh lessons that planet Saturn brings to you, if you evolve from them and you choose to be a good person still and you choose to do better and learn the lessons, turn your L's into lessons type thing, Saturn will reward you. And from the sense of this conversation and just like getting to know you, it seems like you have learned the lessons of what Saturn has brought to you over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
But just remember that Saturn is going back into Pisces for the next 6 months. If you do experience some type of person entering your life that is trying to manipulate you or making you second guess your self-esteem, making you just trigger you a little bit, like kind of induce an old sense of self, remind yourself that you have grown so much over the past couple years that this is just a test that Saturn is bringing to me to see if I've really learned and if I'm really ready to evolve. Because if not, Saturn will bring you the test and be like, oh, you're not ready to evolve, repeat, and will kind of put you in that cycle. That is what Saturn is, being a planet of karma.
Yeah.
It
And
will
I can think of someone right now. I'm just not, I'll tell you offline.
mm, keep
But
that in mind.
it's interesting. It's interesting. But yeah.
Yeah, so that's definitely something that I've been telling people as well, that this is the final review. Like Saturn is getting ready to go into Aries for good next year. And then you're going to have your Saturn return. I'll tell you about that, but Saturn is getting ready, preparing to move into Aries for good. But it's dipping its toes into Pisces for the next 6 months about, and it's the final review. I've been saying, I've been comparing it to like your senior thesis. Like you've done 4 years of college and you've learned a lot, you've grown, you're more wise, mature, you have these life lessons to back you up. And then now it's kind of like your senior thesis of this is everything that I've learned and I'm ready to graduate.
Yeah.
But if you don't do the senior thesis, then you're gonna fail. Like, type of thing. So that's kind of like this final review of Saturn. It's like, did you learn the lessons? All right, now let's move on to the next area of life. If you haven't, I'm gonna keep you in this loop, this cycle loop. So if you're being tested, just keep that in mind. Just really stand firm on your boundaries, because Saturn next year, starting next year, is moving into Aries, and you're going to start your Saturn return. And this is the point of ultimate maturation. Astrologically, we're not adults until we're 30 years old. And it's because of the Saturn return. The Saturn return happens around like 28 to 30. And
Wow.
so you're going to be starting it next year. And you're going to probably go through a lot of things that just mature you. Things start clicking and you're like, okay, this is where I want to lay roots. This is where I want to lay foundations. This is what I want to get serious in my life about. For you, it's happening in your 10th house of career. So, looking at your chart, I feel like there's a lot in the works career wise for you, especially happening now until like 2028 is going to be, there's a lot shifting in terms of your career. It could feel a little bit of, be like a little bit of a roller coaster, but also to me, it seems like you're in alignment. And when you're in alignment with your soul's calling, Saturn blesses you. Like, Saturn's a planet of karma. If you're doing good, you're going to receive good. If you're in alignment, you're going to receive the blessings. People who complain about Saturn returns and go through really big hardships in Saturn returns, because a lot of people do, it's because they're not in alignment. So it's kind of like the universe is coming around and serving you karma, shaking you up and being like, I need you to shift this way. I need you to refocus. A lot of people become parents during a Saturn return. That's an extreme maturation. A lot of people, move to a different city. A lot of people get married. A lot of people lose a lot of people in their lives. A lot of people change career paths because Saturn is like, I need you to realign with your bigger purpose. And if you haven't been acting right, I'm going to serve you like a chunk of karma right now. But
God, I
if
just
you
like, started tearing up a little bit. That is
it,
so cool.
it is really cool because I feel like a lot of good things are coming your way in the terms of career, because
Ah,
it seems like you're in alignment. Like when I speak to you, your aura is very sparkly to me. It's very like glittery. It's very light and airy. And when I meet people who's like that, to me it feels like you are following your soul's calling and you're in a right place. With that being said, and you also have other astrology placements, the North Node right here. So
yeah.
that's your higher calling, your destiny, fate is on top of your sun, your ego, and your MC, which is who you are professionally in your career. So to me, there's a lot of fated changes happening surrounding your career life and your identity, and very in alignment to where you're supposed to go, and the path that you're supposed to be on. And then Saturn is going to come around the corner next year and kind of really start solidifying that for you, really starting to lay roots, lay foundations, build it from the ground up, give you opportunities, possibly meet people of more authority. Saturn also rules like older people, wise people in our lives too. So you could be meeting some type of mentor at this time too, over the next couple years, meeting just an older person who really like changes your life, professionally and career wise. So I definitely see a lot of changes happening for you with your career. I did peep something that you were going to Mykonos,
I am, yeah.
right? So the eclipses are happening between your third and ninth houses. So when I saw you post something about going to Mykonos, the ninth house rules long distance travel. You have the planet of luck and abundance and opportunities and the house of long distance travel. And you have the eclipse that's highlighting your house of long distance travel. So I also think this travel trip is, I don't know what it entails, but I think something about it is very fated. I think it could bring you a lot more opportunities afterwards. And yeah, I mean, I don't really know much about it, but I like it for you. I think it's gonna open some doors for you, and I think it's gonna be fun and open up your minds and open up your just change your perspective on things. And I think you could also benefit a lot from traveling too. I don't know if you like to travel, but you could benefit a lot from long distance travel.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Is there
so
anything about like the celebrity status or like that kind of thing in my chart that like aligns with my highest power?
yeah, so at the beginning of the podcast when I said that you're meant to be in the limelight, this aspect right here, your sun touching conjunct your MC, your midhaven, that is a big limelight type of aspect because the MC is the highest point in your chart. It rules who you are professionally, but it also rules your public image. So a lot of famous people have planets touching their MC and planets in their 10th house, which you have both. Having these planets like Mars and Mercury in the 10th house as well shows me that you're meant to be known for your voice, your thoughts, and you're a go-getter. That's Aries energy. Aries energy is very much, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to create this for myself. It's impulsive, it's aggressive, but it's go-getter. It's leadership. It's, I want something, I feel it, and I'm going to go after it. So having that energy in your house of career mixed with this, your sun conjunct MC, in a creative sign like Pisces. So you're meant to be in the creative realm. It's like, I want it. I want to be creative. I'm going to go after it.
Oh
Um,
my God.
yeah. Another reason that I feel like, so ultimately, like you want to pursue a career in singing, right? Like you want to be an artist. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, another thing that I feel like you're meant to be known for your voice as well is you have your North Node, so your destiny, your point of destiny and your higher purpose and your higher self in the third house. And the third house is a communication house. It's rules things like writing, public speaking, publishing, any type of communication, anything that rules you like connecting with other people and socializing and using your voice and your words and your thoughts. Your higher purpose is to be known for your voice, your words, your thoughts. So I think that is a big calling for you, whether you are a singer, an artist, or slash end, you like write a book or something, you're a talk show host, like you know what I mean? Like your voice is meant to be in the limelight. And you're meant to be a creative being and you have a lot of luck surrounding that too. I like love your chart.
Yeah, that's so cool.
It is like when you gave me your birth time and I saw and I was finally able to look at your chart, I was like, oh my God, you have a lot of luck. So you're Cancer rising. So cancers are receiving a lot of luck this year and the beginning of next year. So you have a lot of opportunities coming your way. Keep an open mind, an open heart, and just be open to everything that's flowing your way.
Yeah.
And I will say the warning about your about an aspect in your chart. You have your Venus, so your Venus is the planet of love and it also rules our finances as well, but love and relationships. It's in Aquarius. Why romance is very important for you is you have the planet Neptune touching your Venus, the planet of love. Neptune is a very watery planet. It's like a fairy tale planet. It's very magical, it's creative, it is a little delusional. This is how my astrology brain works. When I think of the planet Neptune, I think of a planet that is watery and sparkly and there's rainbows everywhere. Like that's how I think of Neptune.
I love that.
So when that planet is touching your planet of love, just imagine that is how you view love. Like you're very romance is so important. You really do desire that and you see that and you feel that. But the downside to Neptune is sometimes it can create rose-colored glasses because
Yeah.
you're constantly always trying to see the good in people, and that's in combination with your Pisces sun as well. You're always trying to see the good in people. And Neptune can bring like a fog. It's a little nebulous, like you're not seeing the full truth. So being that, you know, a nebulous planet like Neptune is touching your Venus sign, you can attract people who are shady, manipulative, gaslight you easily. Um, that was probably a life lesson for you growing up. Yeah, like just being taken advantage of. Like you
Yeah.
have a good soul, a good heart, you're very loving. You wear your heart on a sleeve, you're emotional, you're sensitive, and people, energy vampires, they love to suck that good energy out of people, you
So
know?
true. Yeah.
So I think you have a lot of love to give, and having discernment of who to give that all that love to, I think is going to be a big life lesson for you. Not everyone is deserving of the big heart that you have. Boundaries is everything. I think that's been a lesson that you've been learning the past couple years, but definitely be aware of people taking from you physically, energetically, emotionally, because that could be a thing in your life. People trying to deceive you, I will say, acting
Yeah.
like they're someone who they're not. Being in a relationship that you think it's one thing and it's not, type of thing. Definitely be aware of that. If your friends are seeing something that you're not, there might be a reason. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
sometimes you can
Yeah.
get deluded easily.
That makes sense
Um,
for sure.
yeah. So that is definitely a little warning, but that's just like the negative side to it. The positive side to it is how you love. You also have your Venus planet of love in the eighth house. The eighth house is like till death do us part. It is I want to love you in this lifetime and every lifetime after this. It is hardcore. It's a little dark. It can be emo a little bit. It's a little like feeling very misunderstood with the amount of love that you have for people.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important to not settle. Like meeting someone who matches that intensity that but also gives that romance and the thoughtfulness is important. And you know this already. I'm just reiterating it from an astrologer's point of view because I feel like I'm validating the intuitive feelings that you already feel about this, you know? You seem like a very intuitive person. I feel like you have a lot of spirit guides. You're spiritually in tuned, and astrology is just a tool to validate that at the end of the day. It's like a roadmap a little bit. Like, okay, this is validating my feelings right now. This is like a good time to do this.
Like my grandma on my dad's side, and I will say, like, my dad is a huge part of why I am the way I am in terms of romance and like what I look for in people. Cause
Mhm,
he's just like romantic. Like the other day, he literally was like, Marita, I'm gonna stop at nothing to find the love of my life. Like that is my destiny.
mhm.
Like my dad is just like the best man that ever walked the planet. But
Aw.
his mom, so my grandma, who I really only knew until I was like 8,
Mhm.
or so because she passed away. Maybe not 8, maybe a little bit older, but she wrote astrology charts for all of us grandchildren. But the
Really?
last one she made was my sister's, and then she was working on mine before she passed away, and I never got to see it. But I always felt like she was so in tune with like destiny and like what was supposed to happen, and like I felt very connected to her even though
Mm.
like I didn't have as much of it. Like I wish I got to know her more, but I was so young, but I was so interested in like the work that she was doing and like what she was putting into the universe, and I feel like I learned about manifestation like really young without even knowing it.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
love that. Because
Yeah.
astrology is like, it's easier to learn now because we have the internet and stuff, but for your grandmother years ago to have been creating her own charts, that is like awesome. That almost unheard of in a way. So she definitely had some type of spiritual line of a sort and
Yeah,
probably passed that down to you for sure.
absolutely. Yeah.
I
So
love that. You also have your moon sign. So your moon sign is like how you are emotionally. The moon also rules like your family, your home life. You have it in your third house, and the third house rules things of siblings and grandparents, extended family members, and stuff like that. So you definitely have a deep connection to those people in your life.
The last thing I'll say, like when I was on live with for astrology last week, they said something about like get in tune with people that are Aquariuses. Do you have like
Mm.
of which sign I like am most compatible with or like I should be looking for in terms of like when I'm ready for love?
Yes. Let me take a look at your chart again. So when I was looking at your chart, I was like, oh, her chart is pretty balanced, like elemental wise. Like you have water, you have air, fire, earth. I would say I do like Aquarius, getting in touch with Aquarius energy for sure. But Aquarius falls in your eighth house. So with meeting people who are Aquariuses, it can be like a really deep transformative bond in a person. It could also feel like when it's good, it's great. When it's bad, it's terrible type of thing. That's like eighth house synastry, unspoken, deep rooted bond, especially because you have your Venus there. You have an Aquarius Venus, but
Oh,
it could
that's
also
where the Neptune is too?
that's where the Neptune is too. So that's
Ah,
like definitely, if you meet someone who's an Aquarius or has a lot of Aquarius placements, I would definitely have a little discernment. So honestly, I like Capricorn placements for you. Romantic, I like Capricorns for you because Capricorn rules your seventh house. The seventh house in astrology is marriage, long-term commitments, and relationships. So a lot of the times having seventh house compatibility is really nice for marriage. You like Capricorn energy to build long-term partnerships with. Capricorn energy, like you, especially having a Virgo moon too, you really value a stable partner, someone who is a rock of a person. You don't have to worry about them being flighty or being unpredictable or you really value a mature person, a stable person, and someone who wants to build a legacy with you as well. So you're like a free spirit, but I feel like you hold a lot of traditional values as well. Like you have like your dream family that you want and stuff. I like Capricorn, it rules your seventh house. It also makes a harmonious aspect to your moon sign, who you are emotionally, to your sun sign, who you are, to your identity, your planet of luck. It's making a lot of harmonious aspects there. Your house of romance. So, being that you prioritize romance, you're a very romantic person. The fifth house is a romantic house. It is fifth house synastry is just a very fun love. So, you have your fifth house, your fun house, and Scorpio. So finding people who have Scorpio in their chart as well, I think will be nice. But the thing with fifth house synastry is there needs to be something else backing that fifth house synastry. Because if you're just riding on fifth house compatibility, it can be short term. So someone who has a combination of Scorpio and Capricorn in their chart, I think is nice for you. I think that is like a really nice combination. And it's funny because I also know, going back to the beginning, I also know AJ's chart as well because I looked at everyone on the show's chart
yeah,
and I could see why there was like a spark or like
yeah.
a very much of feeling of being intrigued by her. Um AJ has a Scorpio Venus. So Scorpio Venus, she's a Libra, she has all these air signs. Your Venus sign is an air sign, so you're attracted to air people. You're attracted to words of affirmation and someone who can hold a conversation and someone who speaks well, really good with their words and like open-minded. That's something that you're very attracted to. So that's probably why that astrologer said like be attracted to or like try and bring an Aquarius energy into your life
Yeah.
because you are very attracted to Aquarius energy. Compatibility, there's a lot in compatibility.
Yeah.
So you would need to look at the whole chart. But I do like someone who actually has Capricorn placements for you.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah. So, do you want to share like anything that you're currently working on? I know you're about to go to Mykonos. I mean, I don't know how much you're allowed to share about that or what that is for, but
Yeah, so the Mykonos trip, I like you said, I just feel like it's like something amazing and beautiful is going to happen. I haven't,
Yeah.
so could ask who is going to be there. I know there's going to be like 15 to 20 people globally coming to
Mm.
the same villa that are a part of this like creative space. I don't know who. I have the opportunity to ask who, but I kind of just want to show up and like see what happens. For some reason, I just feel like
That
getting
is so
playful about
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited about that trip, but I know it's going to be like queer, women loving women, people that like have impact in this timeline. So
I love that for you.
yeah,
I think this is going to be really good for you.
yeah, I think so too. And then musically, like I just got out to LA and I was gonna go to karaoke last night. I didn't end up going to karaoke, but I want to start singing as much as possible. I, as you can see, I have a studio, so I'm gonna start leveraging like connections that I know around here. I'm only 10 days in, so like I can't
Yeah.
let imposter syndrome get to me because that's kind of what happened in Nashville. Like when I
Hmm.
went to Nashville, I went to Belmont University for commercial pop.
Okay.
And when I got to Nashville, I like looked around me and I was like, everybody's doing the same thing. Like,
Mm.
when you come to LA, everybody's doing the same thing. But I need to stand in my power of knowing that like this is what's meant for me. I have
Yes.
a voice and I need to share it. So I'm
Yeah.
working on connecting those dots of like, this is my power. I know I'm capable of doing this. I just need to get creative and actually make something happen. And I've started meeting people that like can be on that journey with me. And like, it's weird to like ask for help. It's not necessarily help, it's like synergy, like
Yeah.
collaboration, connection. Cause like, I want to be proud of whatever happens next.
Hmm.
It's like, I don't want to go backwards. I only want to go forwards.
Yeah.
And
Only moving up, baby.
exactly. We're ascending. Like it
Yeah.
just feels like that. And that's why like the Saturn return and everything you're talking about like literally got me emotional.
Hmm.
There's so much on the horizon. And like even
So
if it's
much.
not there yet, it's there. Like
Yeah.
that's my delusional Pisces daydreamer energy coming through. But
Listen, I literally feel it for you. And I don't even know you, but I feel it for you. Like even just looking at your chart, feeling your energy and our conversation today, I feel like a lot is coming for you. I think you're putting yourself in the right situations to meet people and connect. You have an
yeah,
Aquarius Venus. That's like you're meant to connect with very like-minded groups of people. Like that is like a big part of your chart that is meant to be embraced. And I think a lot is on the horizon for you and not to get lost in feeling like everyone else is trying doing the same thing. Like
that,
you people fall in love with you for you because you are you. If you're authentically yourself, showing up authentically yourself, every single day, you will attract the people that you're meant to attract because people love authenticity like that, especially we're walking into that era. People are wanting to see the raw and the real. And if you stay true to yourself, I think you're gonna attract who you're meant to attract. I think I also love that you're part of the community. I love that you're a lesbian like pop star. Like I love that, I think there's not enough representation and I think you are part of paving a way.
yeah.
So I love that for you and I'll be supporting you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And 999. So like on Sunday,
Mm.
I
Mhm.
released the imposter syndrome. I was like, you know what? Who needs to think that way? Like
Yeah.
I'm here for a reason. I was young when I like was a childhood pop star. Like that happened. That was a chance that I had and I almost made it. Like
Mhm.
almost. But then for this opportunity to come around with this story, with this love, and like the songs that I sang when I was 8 to 12 years old, they were all about deserving more. They were all about like
Mm.
not settling. And it's crazy that like my story that is in the public eye now relates exactly to that. So
Interesting.
I'm like, I know I'm unique. I know that people are loving what they're seeing because it's raw, it's authentic, it's emotional. Like that doesn't come from reality TV as much.
Yeah.
So I need to get singing. Like I have a voice. I know I'm talented and like I need to just do it. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm here to do. So we're gonna
I
make it
love
happen,
that.
clearly.
I love that. I'm a big believer of following your soul's calling, and so I'm glad that you're doing that. Thank you again for coming on this podcast. I hope that you got a little bit some validation from this little astrology reading,
Yeah.
but I will be sure to follow everything that you're doing and see your adventures in Mykonos and see what comes about that. And I'm excited for you.
I'm excited too. Yeah. Thanks for having me on. I can't wait to I'm gonna sit down and take notes like when it's all
Yes.
when it's done and everything. So I can yeah, because this was powerful and emotional and exciting. So thank you.
Good. I'm glad. You're welcome.